All right, here we go. This is the Hidden Thread podcast. We got a new episode today.
Yeah.
There's Victoria.
Howdy.
In her cold weather gear.
Yes.
Let's talk about this cold weather a little bit, Victoria.
Let it snow.
So we're in North Alabama, and this is ridiculous, by the way. We had 3 inches of snow or something.
Yeah.
I hated it. I thought, if I want to go on vacation in Wisconsin, I'll go there.
You had to do work in the snow. That's why you're mad.
Yeah, I have to get out and feed stuff and all those things, but it was aggravating. I'll tell you that much.
Sit on your couch and watch it like me.
My feet was wet and all these things. But anyway, you went outside. I saw your pictures.
I went outside for all of 5 minutes and came right back inside.
Your daughter didn't like it?
Well, her dad came and dropped her off for like 5 minutes and played in the front yard, and then he took her back home.
He jetted?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we got an interesting podcast to start out with today, Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into 3 adultery stories.
Good ones.
What do you think of those?
I think they're goofy ones.
Goofy.
They're
Silly.
Goofy. They're silly ones.
Impactful to our client. Very good.
Yes.
Right. But there's some 3 interesting ones. So when we're going through these and we're looking for topics, I have thousands and I can't remember them all. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I get to go in through or another case comes up or something and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this one now. So I'll write it down and we talk about it on the podcast. But
you probably got hundreds up in that noggin.
No, look at this thing. Look at the size of this noggin. It's gigantic. But anyway.
So much
we also had a question about what's behind the curtain on Instagram behind me, Victoria.
Oh, I thought this one.
What
curtain. Is? I don't even know what's behind
the Wizard of Oz is back there.
Mysterious.
We're going to keep it secret for a while. We'll have a reveal one day. What do you think?
I think that's wonderful.
We'll have a reveal. You know what it is?
What's back there?
When we're remodeling this whole place. This whole place is originally built in 1941. All right. Wow. And we remodeled it. And this office was the last part of the trimming I did.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I didn't feel like hanging another door, so I just put a curtain up on the closet. So.
It's just a closet.
But what's back there?
Jackets?
No.
Equipment.
It's a Wizard of Oz. We're gonna have a reveal one day. How about that? Okay. We'll do a reveal.
I'll make sure I don't spoil it for myself.
Okay, the first one, Victoria. Reserve Marine pretended that he had to work during the Marine Corps ball. He, in fact, took another woman. What do you think of that so far?
I just don't understand this, man.
You don't understand it.
I don't understand this. All your friends are there.
All your friends, your fellow Marines.
Right.
Fellow Marines.
Who know you and know the situation at hand.
Right. His wife thought it was going to be suspicious that he wasn't attending because he normally did.
Yeah.
But he's reservist, so he has another job, right? And
okay.
He said he had to travel for work, and she did not believe him. They'd obviously had some issues in the past about some suspected infidelity. Mm-hmm. This guy, he brought in a girl, flew her in from Maryland, met her, picked her up at the airport. They had the Marine Corps ball was on a Saturday night. They met on a Thursday, got him one of the fancier hotels downtown where the ball was.
Yeah.
All right. And proceeded to have a weekend of fun. Oh my gosh. Not his wife, by the way. His wife's at home with 3 children. So,
and to think no one's going to not say anything.
To think no one's not going to say anything, or that there's some trusty private investigators.
Right.
They got a room right next door to him. How about that? Did you know that?
I did not know they all got a room next to him.
Yeah, so it wasn't me. It was one of our other guys, one of our better ones. He did some social engineering and found out what room the guy was in and said, hey, he's my friend. I would like to get a room next to him. What do you think?
Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. You like it?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty savvy. People think private investigators. They think of us as, hold on, I got to get a sip of my Joe.
It's not the Peanuts cup.
No, this one has a level on it. So here we go. Has some levels.
Okay, I got you. You'll be ready soon. Okay.
But that's my Black Rifle coffee, by the way.
I love Black Rifle.
You like
coffee.
Black Rifle? Black Rifle. They have some funny commercials.
They have one in Gatlinburg, like actual
a store.
Shop.
Okay, yeah. I'm going there this weekend. So
you should go check out the coffee shop.
We'll go down there. I love coffee.
Good.
So it's not so much coffee; it's just caffeine.
Yeah.
So where were we, Victoria?
Sorry.
We get sidetracked. This is the show about private investigations and a whole lot of other stuff.
Yes.
It's about 50% other stuff. So
it really is.
Well, that's fun. It makes it fun, right?
But your guy in the hotel room next door.
I got the room next door, immediately spotted them coming in and out and all this stuff. And my guy had his audio recorder going, and there was a lot of shenanigans going on next door.
Yeah.
A lot of passion.
Passion. That's a good way to say it.
Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah.
We're a G-rated show.
Yes.
I know. I'd say it's 14 and above. What do you think?
Yeah.
MA 14, whatever the things are.
We
Anyways,
don't talk crazy on here.
we don't get bad words and everything, but there was some passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My guy followed him around to Starbucks, down in the restaurant, down in the hotel. This is a nice hotel. And they had breakfast, lunch, and dinner down there, holding hands just like they were married. What do you think so far, Victoria?
I know in the military, everyone's so close, and my mind just goes, all those wives of all the other Marines are going to go tell his wife.
Right. It was crowded.
I mean, they're probably very close friends with his
right.
wife.
And and so Saturday night comes around, they get ready to go. She goes to the beautician, gets her hair done. My investigator's wife was with him. She went to this beauty shop and filmed her getting her hair done. It was funny.
Gosh.
Anyways, she may be our newest apprentice investigator.
Right.
No, she's retired. She was just having fun out with her husband. I'm not going to say his name.
Yeah.
With our other investigator, they were having a good time. This is one of the, I wouldn't say, none of them are easy.
Yeah.
But this guy kind of fell right in our lap.
It's just ballsy.
Yeah, it is. And anyway, so the big night came. They had the big reception at the bar down before they went into the ball. And if you've ever been to an Army or Marine Corps ball, military ball, they call it in the Army, they have a reception where you have drinks and all that. Then you go in, you have some ceremony, some traditions go on, and then they have dinner, and then they have dancing, and then they usually have an after party.
Yeah.
Okay. So they got them on video smooching and hugging at the reception. They went in together. My guy didn't go into the ball. Got them coming out and hanging out at the bar afterwards, smooching and hugging. And it looks like a lot of the other Marines went out in the town. You know, that's a big part of it. People go out in town and have a good time after the ball. He did not. Him and his girlfriend went back to the room and had another evening of passion.
Oh my God!
Is that our new word?
That's a great way to say it. That's the best way I've heard us say it.
Yeah. And then took her back to the airport. They had a loving embrace at the airport and all these things. So it was a interesting thing.
It's like the least smart one I've heard.
Least smart one?
That's like the stupidest
one. The stupidest
one.
We have some dumb, this is kind of a dumb crook news sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. People get caught up in this adultery stuff. They're like, well, she hadn't caught me cheating yet. True. It could be women too. It's not all guys.
Right.
And they get caught up in their own mind saying, well, there's no way I'm going to get caught.
How far can I push it?
How far can I push it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This woman he was cheating with, she was in the Marines with him prior, like a previous relationship, I guess you would say. So, it was one of the more interesting ones. We typically don't get a room next door to him, and you can hear everything going on.
Right.
We have before. It's not the first time it's happened.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was interesting. I'm not sure this one's still going case. So, not case with us, but with the legal stuff.
And okay, here's a question that might be silly for me. If they're in the room next door, I know we're not allowed to like audio record anyone without them knowing, but if you're in your own room recording, like, let's just say yourself, and that happens to be going on in the background, is that what happened? That
comes down to privacy expectations. So in Alabama and most states, I think there's a few states that require, it's a two-party state where if I'm recording, both of us have to know I'm recording. Alabama and the surrounding states, let's call it the Southeastern Conference.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a one-party state. So only one person has to know that it's being recorded. But you have to be part of the conversation.
Right.
So if I'm recording you, Victoria, you don't have to know about it. If I got a recorder in my pocket or whatever, but I have to be part of it. I have to be there.
And that investigator wasn't part of it.
Nope, he didn't bug their room.
Right. So you can't, but I guess
you can hear it. There's no expectation of privacy if you can hear it, right?
Okay, so he could just record in the room.
Yeah. He just hit the recorder and whatever it picked up, it just picked up. Right?
Gotcha.
If you want to be private, let's be private.
Right. Go somewhere that's like no neighbors.
Get an Airbnb or something, right? So, anyways, it was one of the more interesting ones. What's our time look like, Victoria?
Sticky.
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 Sticky icky?
Sticky
That's a different subject, sticky icky. But speaking of which, we do have some cases going on involving the sticky icky.
Oh, the sticky icky.
But the next one, this is one of the more disturbing ones where I had to sit and look at feet pictures for days and hours online. Okay. This next one, this was already one where they were already moved out of each other. They were already said, hey, we're getting divorced. We're moving out. So it was down to a custody issue. Okay. Our client said that his wife was selling feet pictures online. Okay.
Okay.
At the time, this was about 4 years ago. I had no idea this was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. That people would pay you to take pictures and videos of your feet, and they would buy these things.
Oh, yeah.
That's a thing. I know it is now. After I did this case, I was like, well, this is $1 billion industry. I guess it goes in there with pornography, right? So,
it does, yeah.
all right. But
oh my God.
We got into OnlyFans, and this is my first instance with OnlyFans back then too. I know it's a huge thing now. There's other ones like it, Fansly and all these others now. But this woman, she had an OnlyFans account, and she would do things with her feet, and she would be in like, you would get just pictures of the feet or videos, and then there would be ones where she'll show her behind too, those kind of things. We got to dig in a little deeper on her OnlyFans. Now I created a fake account and got on OnlyFans and was able to see everything.
Yeah.
Okay. She does show her face in there a few times. So that's like, well, that's her, right?
Yeah.
And it also showed her bedroom and the house, which is where she keeps the kid. One video, she was doing the videos and her children's shoes were in the background. So they were there. Right? You can see where they took their shoes off and there's child stuff around. So that's the issue with the custody. She was denying she did this altogether. I guess she thought everybody was stupid, that we couldn't just go look at it.
Right.
And a lot of people say, why don't the client just do it? And this guy was a busy man. He worked about 12 hours a day, and he could obviously do it. He's an engineer, very smart guy, but he paid us to do it so he could raise the kids and make money, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's he had the technical expertise to do it. He just hired us to do it. And but anyways, back to the lady. We got to looking at what she was saying on there and other things. Come to find out, she was part of a local swingers club. As a matter of fact, if you went to the swingers club on their OnlyFans and saw where they were having their party and you got approved, you could go to the party. And she was the hostess. Like she would meet you at the door and say, welcome. Here's the coffee. Here's, like in BNI, like a visitor host.
Yeah.
Like a networking group, like a visitor host. But yeah, she was she was that person, and it was gross what she was doing online, and it was gross that she did this with her kids in the home. What do you think about that?
I think that is so bad, and to be so naive is to think no one can find that or see it. I don't know.
How do you think that would impact custody? I know you're just a lay person, but say you're a judge divvying up custody here.
If I was a judge and I saw all that evidence, I would be like, she could probably have like one day out of the month where she's like visiting
supervised
with some supervision at the very best.
Now, I'm not opposed to people making money.
Oh, make your money all day long, but not with your kids in the home.
No, the kids there, swingers clubs, and she was doing. We saw where her car was at this house one night when she's supposed to have the kids her weekend. That's a problem. She dropped the kids off with Momo and then went and did her swinger thing, her visitor host job.
Anyway. And when it's your week, you got to be around your kids. You can't just ditch them and go swing. And
that's a problem, man. And so I see what you're saying, but I'm not opposed to people making money. We've had it where people were strippers, do whatever, sex workers, you name it.
Yeah.
But when it's your week to have the kids, you need to have the kids and be present, not be making videos and doing all this stuff with the kids there.
Go hard on the week you don't have your kid if you're a stripper.
Yeah.
Like make him work hard. I don't know. Don't be having kids around.
We said we're going to have 3. Maybe in the next part of this, I'll add another one, and I just brought to mind another one about a stripper.
Yeah.
But we'll call them dancers, so we don't offend people.
You're right.
But anyways, so that's it did have an impact on custody. I don't know if it's changed or whatever, but she could only have them on 1 week in a month. And it had to be supervised.
Makes sense.
It had to be another adult there, that kind of thing, because if she's going to go out and sell feet pics and make videos, who's watching the kids?
I mean, really, though, that's a good call by that judge, I feel like.
You don't want your kids to be exposed to that kind of stuff until they're a little older, I guess, make their own decisions,
Right.
But, let's take a break here, and then we'll come back and we'll get into the dumpster sex.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we'll get into some stripper news as well. So
nasty.
All right, Victoria, I got you on that one, didn't I?
Yes,
we'll be back in just a second.
Peace.
Yep, safe online dating. It's a big deal. So maybe you met the person of your dreams on Tinder or one of the other platforms, and you're getting ready to meet up with them in person. Or maybe you've been in a long-distance online relationship with them. You just want to know who they are. Well, we have a tool called TLOXP. It's only available to federal agents police forces, and private investigators. Hey, that's me. And we can tell you about their bankruptcies, judgments, evictions, divorces, arrest record, important things you need to know before spending any more time with this person. All right, get to know who they are and confront them with it, or just break up with them, whatever your choice is. But you have to call us or fill out the information on the link below. You're going to hear from a real private investigator that's going to go over this data with you, go over the pricing options with you, and get the information you need to be safe online. Don't wait any longer. Click the link or give us a call to get started. The number is 866-910-7499. Again, 866-910-7499, or click the link. Hope to talk to you soon. All right, Victoria, we're back with part 2 of this thing. We had to take a break after that racy part 1.
Oh, a little nasty.
That was funny. That was good. I liked that. But part 2 is not any better.
Let's get into a little nasty.
We got dumpster sex, and then we're going to get into stripper stuff. Here we go.
Dumpster and sex, those two words should never be in the same.
It's so romantic. We're going to get into real romance here, and then we'll see.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Part 2. I'm trying not to cuss.
Okay.
So we had a case where these people lived in a townhome community, pretty big townhome community. Okay. Mm-hmm. And there was community dumpsters out back. All right. Yeah. You had to walk a little ways to get from where their townhome was through some other townhomes, like an alleyway, some things, to take your garbage out.
Yeah.
But there's a row of dumpsters behind a wall. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This guy called us. He said, I think my wife's having an affair. She just checked out, all these things. I just want to get you to look at her. So we put a tracker on her car, and we sat there and waited for her to leave at night, and her car never left. Mm-hmm. So then we watched the next night, and we saw her leave out the back of the townhome and start walking. So the investigator, I did one of these one night. It was actually during the day when I did it, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Oh, your eyes got to see it too.
But he said she walked and went around like she was carrying out garbage, and she stayed going for about 45 minutes and then came back. He didn't get out and go back there.
Yeah.
All right? He's like, that was weird. She stayed going forever. By the time he drove around there, she was already started walking back. So, all right. I went out earlier. Okay. Like it was summertime, so it was still a little daylight out. I'm saying 7, 8 o'clock. It gets dark late here in the summer.
Yeah.
And so I actually parked in a place where I could see these dumpsters and her back door. All right. Mm-hmm. And she went back there, met up with a guy, and they did it right there. You ever seen those pictures? I need to show them to you one day.
Oh, no, I don't think I have seen.
He actually pulled up in his truck, and they kind of hung out around the truck and did their thing. All right.
Okay.
But they didn't get in the truck. It was right there outside next to the dumpsters.
Slimy.
What do you think?
I think that's slimy. That's so gross.
It's so bad. This woman had her husband at home with 3 little children. 2 of them are twin babies, like 1 year old. All right.
Oh my god.
And she's doing this. And I was like, these people are crazy. I don't know. I think they get it in their mind that they got to have this, and they're trying to be sneaky.
She had gone in the truck.
Well, you shouldn't be doing it anyways, Victoria.
Why, if you're going to, though. Let's not do it right next to the dumpster.
You talk about romance. During COVID, the number one place we caught people.
Yeah.
You remember?
I think I know where it's at. The Lowe's.
Lowe's.
Yeah.
Out there where the little trailers and stuff are for sale. The little.
Tell everyone what you did where you took your wife.
What?
Tell everyone the story of when you took your wife up there.
Where?
And you got her a Coke, and you said, "Isn't this romantic?"
What's that? I don't remember.
When you pulled up in the parking lot at Lowe's and you were trying to be funny.
Oh, I was just goofing around.
You were just being funny with your wife.
We just pulled up in the parking lot, and I was like, "Hey, ain't this romantic?" And she knows the story. She's part of the company too, but yeah. she just rolls her eyes at me. But
so funny.
But yeah, romance in the parking lot, the dumpsters. It's just crazy. And this one turned out that the guy got to keep. It wasn't like this was a nice neighborhood. You've seen those townhome neighborhoods around. Yeah. Nice place, and it was a community, and it was embarrassing to him that his wife was doing this, but she had to move out. Good. And then she gets to see the kids, obviously, but not much. Not like there was. She actually ended up marrying the guy.
Really?
And
wow.
Divorced a year later. Imagine that.
Could you imagine something like that happening?
So God gave them each other, and then they got to deal with each other. She actually called me.
God.
She actually messaged me on Facebook once and said, "Hey, I want to get all this footage out," because we got a lot of footage. It wasn't just that time. We got the routine down, and we went on for days. And she said, "Hey, I want to get this footage. I'll pay you for it." So I asked her husband. I said, "What's the number?" He said, "Let's charge her $10K. We'll split it."
That's so funny.
She didn't pay it.
Oh
But
my god!
I don't know if it's legal, but we didn't do it. So
it's still so funny. So she called you.
She hit me up on Facebook and said, "Hey, I want this footage," because it was known after it hits the courts. It's known that we did it. Everybody's like, "Oh, we know you investigated us." Yeah, it's already been in court. My name's on the documents. Of course, you're so smart. You know?
Right.
We've had those comments on Facebook and other social media before, but when it hits the courts, our name's all over it.
Open.
Yeah. But because we sent a report with videos, photos, you name it, we got them in there.
Good night.
But yeah, that was a crazy one. It was real gross. So this morning is gross day, Victoria. What do you think so far?
I'm feeling pretty icky.
Icky?
Pretty icky right now.
In the first part of this, we talked about people making money through adult dancing, stripping, whatever you want to call it, sex work. All right.
Yeah.
Are we opposed to people making money?
No, not at all.
The courts aren't either. You know, they don't look down on that as bad if you are not involving your children in it. We've seen it a lot where they're doing the OnlyFans, Fansly, whatever, in the home where they had their kids. That's a big deal.
Right.
Because they're usually inviting other people in to make these videos and things, and it's not good when the kids are there to be doing that.
Yeah, no.
What are your thoughts?
No one wants you to not make money. We're all here for people making money.
Right. I don't agree with making money that way myself. I
couldn't care less. That's just me. But
I'm talking if my daughter came to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to start an OnlyFans page," I would try to sway her against it.
I'll probably try to sway my daughter against it too.
It's a sleazy world, you know, because you're stepping right into pornography, which is not a good world to be in. So, but anyways, people do it. I guess they have a different idea of morality than we do. So
true.
But anyways, you just can't do it where the kids are involved or around it. All right, the adult stuff.
Shoes in the background of the video.
The little kids' shoes in the background, showing that they're there.
Yeah.
People coming into your home doing these videos while your kids are asleep. We had that happen. We had one where a girl, kind of a famous dancer in the strip clubs around town. All right, and she said in her court stuff that that's all she did was dance at the clubs. All right, no problem so far.
Yeah.
All right? I don't agree with. I don't want my kids doing it.
Right.
I think a comedian once said, "Your only job is to keep your daughter off the pole."
There you go. Sounds pretty funny.
I think it was Chris. I can't remember his name. The black comic, Chris Rock. Chris Rock.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But anyways, but we got to digging on OnlyFans and Fansly, and boy, she had a ton of content on there under a different name and all this. And she had full custody of these kids at the time, and she was doing it, making these videos with multiple partners while the kids were there.
Yeah.
And it was not good. So she lost her custody because of that.
Yeah.
Well, she lied about it big time under oath.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lawyer said, "Well, what about this?" And presented evidence that we gave them. We found that evidence. But that woman went on to Facebook groups and Facebook and different mediums and blasted me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's one of the ones that said, "He's supposed to be so private, but look, we know he investigated me and all this stuff," and was talking about how it came up in the court documents. Well, yes, it does.
Of course. She's only giving you, there's no bad.
She's not the smartest axe in the tool shed, right? So, as they say.
She just gave you, great proof of, hey, this guy investigates and does a good job.
This guy showed I was a dirtbag. Look, it's crazy. But,
oh, my God.
Yeah, it's people get a little nutty. I'd be honest with you, this is a tough one to talk about, this whole episode, because we got people cheating on their spouses, and they're doing it in nasty ways and with kids involved, and it's not good.
There's the one case I remember. I don't know if it's the same one with the dumpsters, but it was multiple partners by the dumpsters doing stuff around here.
During COVID, when the hotels were shut down and had limited availability, we got a lot of interesting locations. They're back to the hotels and Airbnbs now.
Yeah, I got it. That does make the COVID thing does make sense.
But they could not subdue their passions. They like that word, passion. They couldn't subdue their passions, and they would just. It was like they're in high school or something. We're back to parking again.
Yeah.
We had one at the state park over in Decatur. What's the name of that place? I can't think of it.
I'm not good with Decatur. I don't know Decatur.
Anyway, there's a state park near Decatur, Alabama, where there's a public area where you park. There's a playground. There's a river there. You can go out and do state park stuff. There's trails.
Yeah.
That was a popular meeting place. And there was a wall again with dumpsters, and they would go back behind there and behind those dumpsters. So the day's dumpster day. Is that what we call a dumpster fire? Kind of. Right? Maybe.
Probably.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah, this one, this is a tough one to talk about. We laugh.
We have to, right?
We laugh at the we don't laugh at the circumstance. We laugh at the way they carried these out. All right.
Yes.
Because it's serious stuff when you're talking adultery, divorce, and all that stuff.
Yes.
So if this is going on in your life, don't think we're making fun of it.
No.
We're making fun of the methods of the adulterer.
Exactly.
Okay. And it does happen. People they get crazy. I say it's demonic.
Yeah.
All right. I know you don't believe in that stuff, Victoria.
No, I'm sure there's demons.
Just not the other way, huh?
Well, I'm sure there's some good and bad.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I think it's demonic. Look what I got away with now. Let's push it further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep pushing it. And then eventually they do get caught and their life kind of falls apart. The problem is a lot of these people don't think that they're wrong. They still don't see they're wrong. They don't come to be like, well, I need to get my life in order here.
Right.
They just keep going and pushing and things fall apart around them. So what are your thoughts, Victoria?
Don't cheat on your spouse, guys.
And girls.
And girls.
Yeah. Don't cheat on your spouse.
Yeah.
And if you have this issue going on, you can always call us and talk about it. It's a free consultation. Doesn't hurt, right?
And there's better places than dumpsters. So.
Oh.
I just say what it has to. Y'all don't do that. It's so gross.
Let's don't do it first of all, again.
If you're going to, not a dumpster.
Right.
Anywhere else but the dumpster.
All right. All right. So we're going to close it up for the day, and then we'll be back with another episode of the Hidden Threads podcast.
Whoop, whoop.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.